New York City got its biggest snowfall of the season.
Well, you don't have to quote it. It's an actual fact. Like, it got the biggest snowfall.
You're right. But it wasn't very big. I guess that's why I put it in quotes. 1.8 inches. Wow, that's a lot. In Central Park, with more in some of the surrounding boroughs. Yes, you heard that right. The Big Apple is so far behind in its snowfall that even an inch is worth celebrating. Now, before the storm, New York City had, let's say, 0.4 inches of snow for the season. 0.4, right? And now we're up to 1.3. In an average winter, New York City sees nearly 30 inches of snow in totality. We are dying for snow. Well, maybe you aren't personally, but the state might be, meteorologically speaking, of course. Now, usually we get at least an inch of snow in New York by mid to late December, but that hadn't happened this year. New York isn't the only city that's behind the Northeast. In the Northeast, we're talking Boston, too, got a late start to significant snowfall, and it still hasn't hit Philadelphia or Washington, D.C. It's just been too warm.
It's been warm everywhere. We've seen, the warmest month, the warmest winters, top 5 this and that, right? And that doesn't mean you don't get snow. It just, you run into problems like this where systems come in and you get more rain than you get snow, or you get the rain-snow mix, which isn't really enjoyable.
What's interesting about this season, too, is sometimes we'll see like a flop. Like, it'll be like East Coast heavy, and then they'll get a break, and then the West Coast will get it. And this year, it was West Coast heavy, and I was waiting for the break to happen so that the East Coast could get it, but it never broke.
No,
it just stayed West Side loaded.
Though a lot of people are really excited to finally get a little bit of snow to play with because, I understand people don't want loads and loads and the shoveling, and it gets exhausting, and this time of year you're finished with it. But a little bit of snow is nice to have.
Right.